Yo, what up, everybody? This is your boy Busy B, man. With the M5 twin turbo BMW, man. Did a little couple of things, and this car in particular had a water pump issue, so we got that addressed. We have the old one still in. Well, we got the old one out. And I have now poured water in. We had to change the reservoir on it. But yeah, man. So check out the M5 BMW water pump change up. Stay tuned. Alright. Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow, comment. Hit that bell for notifications when I drop these videos. Alright. Alright. Get into it. Yo, what up, everybody? Man, back at it with the M5 BMW twin turbo water pump change out. Sorry about the dusty lens. Let me give you some good clarity here. It may be just me. So, yeah. So we got the M5 twin turbo BMW. So what we did is this car is going to need a lot more work. What we did was change out the water pump on this thing. And if you can tell that you got the charge pipe, which is the air intake tube charge pipe that runs into that turbo right there. And if you're looking at it this way, like right through there, that is another inlet tube that comes back up to here. So if you lose that tube, you guys are gonna lose a lot of PSI pressure for the turbo to spool up and then be able to make power. Now that's for modified, twin turbos that's, doing racing and stuff like that. But do note, when you do the M5, if you lose, crack, break, or missing, okay, you guys is gonna end up losing power on this. All right, so just note that pipe there needs to be well taken care of. So if you're trying to do this, be very careful because, like I said, polymer plastic parts do tend to break. My customer is going to get another one, but I'm showing you guys how to remove the water pump on M5. I want to say this is a 2013, but it is a 2013 twin turbo. They did modify theirs, so they do have the air intake customized or custom air intake there, and that tube. So I had to run all this back just the way you see it. It's not very hard, guys, so you guys can do this project if you guys are doing this at home. So just do note that it is going to be a little challenging to get that water pump off. So a lot of you guys that's with the BMWs already, you guys already know how to do it. Proud of you guys. Keep up the good work. Just don't leave your other BMW brothers and sisters out there stuck if they are having that problem. So I'm going to get into it to where I'm going to show you how you can take out this water pump on this vehicle, where you can have it change simply and easily as possible. Okay, so I'm gonna jump into that one. All right, so matter of fact, I'm gonna take you along for the ride because I'm already done with the job. Let's get down here. So y'all have to see my ugly mug, but all right, so we're down here with the bottom end of the vehicle. As you can tell, this is the racket pin here. Now this system here, guys, if you have problems with your racket pin or electrical pump, this will be the pump you change here. All right, you'll be changing this one. So when you change that, do note that you're gonna have to refill it with fluid, or if it has fluid, most likely some of them have grease, so you guys could do that too. But as far as the racket pinion go, This is the refiller hole. You can use this as a refiller hole, and you can just take this cap off right here, and I think you can refill it here, and it's just like a power steering filler. Like I said, this is a customer that I just got, so they just want to get it up and running, which is not a bad idea because these cars are super rare. So you guys don't mind me, but anyway, as far as getting the water pump out of this thing, you guys, it's gonna be a challenge. All right, so reason why I'm showing you the racket pinion is because you have to remove the racket pinion or swivel it towards the front of the vehicle. All right, so how you do that is by this bolt right here. You're gonna have to get in there. It's a 16-inch nut at the top of this thing. All right, it's a 16-inch nut on the top of this thing up here. So you can get in it through this way. Like you're gonna have to crawl your hand in there, get through it that way, and then you're gonna have to crawl through it that way, right? So as you get in there and you get your wrench on it, get an angular wrench, you guys. Don't get a regular wrench. Get an angular, more like a S-neck type wrench on it. All right. So this way you can be able to grab that nut that's on there, take out that bolt right there, and this whole thing here will slide this way towards the front of the car. So when you slide that towards the front of the car, there's two bolts at the bottom of this thing. I'm gonna try to see if I can show them to you somewhere. All right, so you see those two bolts, you guys? Those are the two bolts you're gonna get. You gotta take those off to be able to get the water pump off. There's another one up top, and I'm gonna show you that one as well, which is that one right there. So if you get that one off, and you get those two down here at the bottom off, you're gonna be able to get your water pump out with no problem. All right, so you're gonna have to remove this hose here, and to be able to get your water pump, out, or you can come back through this whole gap here, and you can come through this way. Okay, so you can access it this way or up top, but any way it go, to get to those two bolts on the water pump itself, you guys, you gotta get in there and get those two bolts right there. All right, so to access that out of there, to get that water pump out of there, you got to get those three bolts. You got to not remove it, but just swivel it out your way so you have some open room or some open spacing to be able to get that water pump out of there. All right, so like I said, if you guys always change the thermostat, change the hose, change the coolant, and this thing is still running hot, 9 out of 10, it is that water pump. All right, so do yourself a favor. Change the water pump, all right? Because it's gonna end up being the water pump. The thing has a turbine type spool where it's spooling and pulling water and mixing and shoving, or just spooling and shoving water into it. So you got the inlet pipe right there. This pipe right here feeds it, and then there's a pipe right here at the top, and I'm gonna show you guys that pushes it. All right, so it's almost just like the turbo itself. So if you guys remember how turbos work, right? Well, turbos can feed off heat, so it feeds off the exhaust. The exhaust press and spins that turbine up, and once it spins it up with enough psi pressure, it will make power. Okay, so same thing with the water pump for the M5 twin turbo or the M3, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But I know for the M5 twin turbo, it does the same thing. So as that's being the way it is, you need to be able to create a turbine water pressure to be able to spin that water up out of there and then push it through the system. All right. So because this one doesn't have a belt driven water pump, this is a pressurized water pump. All right. So do note that if you don't take the water pump off and you change it or whatever, but if you guys are taking care of your car, 9 out of 10 it may not be the water pump, so you just might need to just change the thermostat. And then if you have a funky reading with these things, because I know the BMWs have electrical issues, it may just be the sensor. Okay, so do note that. So always check those three common things, and you guys should be okay as far as driving and then getting your car up and running to the way it needs to be. All right. So yeah. So if you're looking to change out your water pump on a 2013, I want to say I want to actually say from a 2010 all the way up to a 2017, I think it's gonna be the same. All right. You're gonna have to remove or just move that the racket pin, which is the steering racket pin. Just swivel it out your way, get those three bolts out of there. That thing will be able to slide down, or you can come through that little hole gap that I was talking about that's in between the steering inner tie rod and the frame. Because you got to remember, these BMWs have a two-piece frame. So you have a chassis frame, which is where everything is at, where you sit, everything's connected. And then you have an engine chassis frame that is totally separate from the chassis. So if you guys are going through that, do know you're gonna have to move that inner tire rod or racket pin itself. Okay, so just do note that. All right, so. But other than that, man, I'm not going to take too much time on this video. I hope you guys enjoy all these videos and you guys are learning something out of it. But yeah, I'm going to kind of keep messing around with my customers' car because I know they need some help with it. But yeah, so I hope you guys like that. If you're into getting your water pump changed, that's how you can do it. That is the easiest and the best way to do it. So yeah, man, you guys be safe out there. Love you guys all. Like I said, I always hit that like, subscribe, follow, hit that bell for notifications when I drop these videos, and hit them comments, man, hit them thumbs up. You know what I mean? So love you guys. Be safe out there.